And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend set. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Miami Marlins. And this is the rubber match.
And these games can really shape your season, Boog. You always want to come through when you have a chance to win a series. That'll boost confidence amongst the entire organization.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. So here's the lefty, Braxton Garrett. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
Mason Wynn getting ready to hit. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. We talk so much about how starting pitchers prepare for their starts. I talked with Max Fried, and one of the things he told me back in 19, he and Lucas Giolito started using MLB The Show to go over scouting reports. Fried out of the stretch fires. The shortstop takes the ball. Max said he's not sure who actually started at first, but it was 2019, and he and Giolito, who were teammates together in high school in Los Angeles, they had the idea to become more familiar with the opposing lineup using MLB The Show. Swings and misses. Well done behind the dish.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you're committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Hammered down the line. Should be extra bases. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Heading for the plate. He scores, and they have the lead.
Well, that's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
In now is the Yankees DH, Spencer Jones. The wide to kick the pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Win. 2 away now.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
First and second, 2 outs. And the batter will be the shortstop, Mason Wynn.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
The shortstop takes the ball.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. That one missed.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Maximus notches the K. Marlins strand a pair, but they're on top 2-0. Oswaldo Cabrera stepping in now for the Yankees.
Cabrera.
2 outs.
1-1-1.
Ripped to short. Zips it to first. And that is the inning. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. And they're down 2-0. Now the number 2 hitter, Mason Wynn. So you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. First offering misses badly for ball 1.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. His first homer of the year, and they tack on to their lead. It's 4-0. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to connect with one just like that. Just too good of a hitter at the plate. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
Second baseman.
The Yankees looking to rally.
1-1-1.
Hit hard on the ground to short. On the run, sends it over to first. And very nicely done for the out.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
So a man at first. Mason Wynn now at the plate. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1.
There it was, a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter.
Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Throw there. Safe. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Man at second. That one just misses.
It's a tough pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
But in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When she elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Man on second, 2 down. Slice to right. Judge makes the grab, and that ends the inning. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Through 8 full, Marlins 5. And we go to the 9th. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit.
Number 33, Ryan O'Hearn.
Grounds 1 to short. Win. Throws across the diamond, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over and got the ground ball.
Here's Cody Bellinger. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Ground ball, and this should do it. Throw to first is in time, and that'll do it. The Marlins win the last 2 to take the 3-game series.
Well, this turned out to be an exciting, very well-played game. Always feels great when you can take the lead in the 8th at home. Come out in the 9th, the crowd will be behind that pitcher as he tries to get those final 3 outs. Everybody goes home happy with a win like this.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against this guy, and the way he's pitching, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. And towing the slab in this one, Josiah Gray. And Singy, he likes pitching at home.
Well, truly for him, there is no place like home. He's been so dominant here. And as a teammate, you expect him when pitching at home this year to go out and dominate just as he has. The fans expect it. And I think everyone around here knows that he's a good pitcher. Even though we don't see the same splits on the road, we're going to start to see that translate as well.
Ball one
No,
there.
that missed. 1-1.
That one ripped. That's got a chance. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. And now for the Marlins, Victor Scott. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And another ball.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
Right through there for a strike. Slider for a strike.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
And that's off the inside edge. Full count now. And a base hit right there. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Victor Scott, the next up for the Marlins. 1 for 2. Clips the corner, and it's 0-1. Pride stands at third with one gone in the inning. Swing and a base hit. In comes the run from third, and they lead by 2. Throws to second, and he's out trying for 2. Back here in Nationals Park, John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Abraham Toro. Swung out, belted. That's back. That's long gone. Home run number 5 on the season. It's 4-3.
That's exactly what this crowd wanted to see in this spot. He blasted that pitch. a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
2 outs, nobody on. Stepping in, Victor Scott.
This guy can absolutely fly. I think one of the faster players in baseball.
And first offering is fouled off. And that's outside. 2 down,
One ball,
nobody
one
on.
strike.
Here in the top half of inning number 7. Line drive. Garrett pulls it down, and that is that. Nothing doing for the Marlins, and the score remains 6-4.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
This one finishes with a final of 7-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Less than 2 miles south of the United States Capitol, welcome to Nationals Park. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals. Big storyline of this one is the recent struggles of today's starter. Just hasn't seemed to be able to find his rhythm.
Yeah, Boog, just look at these stats. We've seen his frustration building every time he leaves one up in the zone. Can't overthink it. Needs to just trust his instincts and let it fly out there.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just a little bit away from first pitch, and on the mound now, Trevor Williams. But Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Mason Wynn in the box now. No balls and a strike. 1 out, base is empty. Inside, and now it's even 1-1. Wynn matched a homer in his last game. And a fastball in there for a strike at 91.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's off the mark. It's 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
On the ground to the left. It's through for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. Now it's the second baseman,
Leading off
Luis
for
Garcia.
Washington, the second baseman, Luis Garcia.
Up the middle. Win. To first. One up, one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
The shortstop, Nelson Nunez.
Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Win.
Williams back to work. Just missed.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
On the ground to third. A sliding stop to first. And they get the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it requires going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Mason Wynn, the next up for the Marlins. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. And ball one. Malloy at second. Edwards at first. 2 out of the inning. That one finds the corner, and it's 1-1.
1 strike.
Swings and misses, struck him out. So they strand a pair. We're midway in the fourth. It's the Marlins 2 and the Nationals nothing. So 1 out, nobody on. Up now for Washington, Stone Garrett. Here comes a 3-2. Out to short. Win. Fires to first in time.
Now batting, left fielder, Jake Fraley.
Back in Washington, D.C., top of inning number 7. And at the plate for Miami, Mason Wynn. Kuderna back to work. Cut on and lifted in the air. Garcia sizes this one up, hauls it in for the out. And there's 1 down.
Now, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Mason Wynn, the next up for the Marlins. Golden opportunity right here. And that one clips the corner.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Line, and that's a base hit. 1 runs in. Here's the throw. It's offline, and he scores. It's 4-2.
Nicely done. Rings home 2. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the brooms to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Coming up on the first pitch, and today's starter, Mackenzie Gore. What do you have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he deals with right-handed hitters in this one. Righties are batting over 300 against him, so they're not being fooled by really anything. He's going to have to find a way to change up his delivery, change up his look, somehow get them off of his primary pitches and even those secondary pitches. So we'll see how he does it in this one.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Hauls it in, 2 away.
Batting third, the third baseman, Mark.
1 down. There's the center fielder, Gavin Cross. And now the 0-1. On the ground, a short could be 2. Here's Lopez for 1. Throw to first, but he beat it. Mason Wynn, the next to hit, flied to right his first time. Check swing, appeal to first. No, he held up. Scott on at first, nobody out. That's out to center field. Brings it in. 1 away. One down.
Now back.
And now up for Washington, Jake Fraley. 1 out, base is empty. On the ground to short, Win. Over to first, and there's 2 away.
Oh, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
The shortstop.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the shortstop, Mason Wynn. 0 for 2 in this one. Fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Wynn goes 5 feet 11 inches, 185 pounds, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Two down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. And the pitch is outside, ball 1.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
In the air, left field, down the line. Fraley makes a nice grab at a full sprint. First and second, 1 out. Here's a speed threat, Nasim Nunez. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. On the ground, left side, 6, 4, 3, but he beats it. Good hustle, and the inning continues.
Well, that's great hustle out of the box to get down the line, knowing that a double play will end the inning. Good job at the finish, reaching out for the bag. Now they got runners on the corners and still an opportunity to pick up some runs.
That one hit to right. Garrett. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with 1 away.
Good win by 6 runs. Always nice when you can win by a touchdown or a couple of field goals. You want to keep that momentum going, knowing the offense can score at will, bring it into the next one and get another W.
And a 7-1 finish in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Welcome from the home of the Mets, Citi Field in Queens, New York. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the New York Mets. Let's jump right in with a player who's hit a bit of a rough patch lately. It's been an absolute ice-cold streak, Singy.
Yeah, Boo, but today could be his day to break out of it. A few swings, some luck, and maybe he'll get back on track. It's just about finding that rhythm.
First pitch coming your way next. So almost ready to get underway. And today's starting pitcher, Framber Valdez. How about a scouting report on him?
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around 3.5. What I like is he competes, he stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to win.
Agustin Ramirez stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that's the 3rd out. But 2 runs for him and they jump ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Marlins 2 and the Mets nothing. Back here at Citi Field. And on the hill, Yuri Perez. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
And a guy like this is going to keep you in the ball game. He's going to go out there, compete. Not going to see a whole lot of flair and flash, but he's going to hand it over to the bullpen at some point. And if you've been able to score a few runs, you'll be in it late. So we'll see if he's able to do that for his club in this one.
First and second, 2 outs. Agustin Ramirez digs in now. On the ground, out to short. Whips it across. They limit the damage here. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Marlins 3 and the Mets 1. New inning getting started. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Agustin Ramirez. That misses. And that's ball 1.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished.
Just missed.
3-1.
That one drilled left field. Back there. That one is gone. It's his 8th home run of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 4-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. High fastballs, especially with good velocity, can be really hard to catch up to. But he stays tall, his top hand works extremely well, and he absolutely clobbered it.
And first offering is fouled off. Nunez in his 4th year, 29 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. 0-1 now. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Out to short. Tosses to first. 1 up, 1 down.
The batter.
First and second.
Now
no
batting,
outs.
the catcher,
Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Durant in position. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left. It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
7-3 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew. Welcome from the home of the New York Mets, Citi Field in Queens. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the New York Mets. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts.
So much confidence on the bump, Boog. Painting corners, changing speeds. He's been an absolute nightmare for would-be hitters.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. About to get started here. And starting in this one, Kodai Senga. Chris, he's got the ability to take control of a game when he's out there.
Well, incredible mound presence, and he's going to attack hitters. You look at that strikeout per 9 ratio over 10 coming into this start. So he's a pitcher that wants the ball. He's aggressive. He knows that he can get the swing and miss, especially when he needs it most. We'll see how effective he is in this one.
Right side. Out number 2. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Mason Wynn. He's 0 for 1. Line to left. And that's the third out. Marlins strand a pair, and we're still knotted at 0. 2 outs. Runner on first. And the batter now, Mason Wynn. 0 for 2 in this one. And that one hammered. That's back there. And gone! That'll fire up the dugout. It's 2-2. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Leading off for Miami,
the batter will be the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Can't forget the 2-run shot he launched out of here in the 5th.
Yeah, one of the biggest swings of the game, Boog, as he looks to make even more of an impact in this at-bat right here.
And that is out of play.
You know, these Marlins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They've already earned 5 walks in the game, and of course, that's providing them with a lot of run-scoring opportunities.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Soto hauls it in, and there's one away.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit, trying to put the ball in the air.
Now batting.
Down the third baseman, David Fry. And there's a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ball game.
And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
The hitter early and off balance on that swing. If I'm the pitcher, I'm taking a little bit more off, see if he can get him to chase something in the dirt.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Ronnie Mauricio now. To the right side. And that one handled. Slings to second. That's a double play. The ball game is over.
Way to make a pitch right there. Get that ball on the ground.